you guys, this is Miss Lebetter. Today is Tuesday, March 24th, 2020. We're going to take a look at standard 3.OA.9, which is patterns on a multiplication table and or hundreds chart. So let's begin. What we're learning standard 3.OA.9, which is interpret patterns of multiplication on a hundreds board and or multiplication table. Our essential questions are: what are patterns? How can I interpret patterns of multiplication on a hundreds board and or multiplication table? Before we begin our vocab words, I just want to go over 3 words that we should talk about: increase, decrease, and the word double. Increase just means I'm getting bigger, so I'm going to use addition. So every year, our age increases by 1. Every year, we get older by 1 year. If I'm at the number 5 and I increase by 3, well, then I'm going to be at 8. I have 5, I increase 3, that means I'm going to add 3, and 5 plus 3 gives me 8. The opposite applies for the word decrease. Decrease just means that we're getting smaller. So I am subtracting. If I decrease by 2, let's say I'm at the number 9 and I decrease by 2, well, that means I need to subtract. I need to go backwards 2. Well, 9 subtract 2 is 7. So 9 decreased by 2 would give me 7. The third word, double. We actually do that, guys, when we multiply. We use that double strategy. The word double just means I add the same number twice. So if I say, hey, double 10, you would just say, well, 10 plus 10 is 20. So 10 doubled is 20. 8 doubled is 8 plus 8, which is 16. So if I say double 8, you would say, well, that's 16, Miss Ledbetter. So those are the 3 words I just wanted to discuss: increase, decrease, and double. So now we're going to go into our vocabulary words for this standard. The first word is pattern. It's a sequence of numbers that follow the same rule. So let's just look at what's in green. If I go from 3 to 6 to 9 to 12, well, I'm actually increasing. I'm getting higher, and I'm increasing by 3. So that is one of the rules. For the highlighted in green, one of the rules is increase by 3. The purple, if I'm going from 5 to 10 to 15 to 20, well, I'm actually increasing by 5. I am getting higher and higher by the number 5. I just keep adding 5. The next word we get to is factor. Numbers you multiply together to get another number. A number can have many factors. So in this equation, 3 and 4 are my factors. When we multiply, our answer is called a product. Product is the result of 2 or more numbers multiplied together. Multiple is a product of a given whole number and any other whole number. Now, this is where it comes into play about a number having many factors. So a number can have many factors, like the number 12. It has many factors. Again, factors are numbers that I multiply together. So 12 has the factors of 3 and 4 because 3 times 4 gives me 12. 12 also has the factors of 6 and 2 because 6 times 2 gives me 12. 12 also has the factors of 12 and 1 because 12 times 1 gives me 12. And again, that is where I'm getting it from the factor, where it says a number can have many factors. Okay, that is why 12 is a multiple of 3, 12 is a multiple of 4, 12 is a multiple of 6, 12 is a multiple of 2, 12 is a multiple of 1, 12 is a multiple of 12, because I can multiply 2 of those numbers together in order to get 12. Even numbers are numbers that can be broken apart into 2 equal groups. So 8 can be broken into 2 equal groups. I can have 4 in the first group and then 4 in the second group. 4 can be broken into 2 equal groups. I can have 2 in one group and 2 in the other. 0 can even be broken into two equal groups because two people or two groups can just have nothing. So that is why 0 is also an even number. An odd number is numbers that cannot be broken into two equal groups. There are always leftovers. There's always a piece left that just can't be broken apart. If you look at the number 3, if I have two equal groups, well, one group is going to get 2 and one group is going to get just 1. If you look at the number 7, I have one group who gets 3 and one group who gets 4. So it can't be broken into equal parts. Horizontal line is just a line that runs left to right across the page or side to side, where vertical runs up and down the page. So horizontal is side to side and vertical is up and down. Community property is just you changing the order of the factors or the addends, and it doesn't matter. You will always get the same answer. For example, 4 times 2 is 8. Well, 2 times 4 is 8. So it didn't matter that I changed the factors. I still got the same answer. Same rule applies for addition. 5 plus 3 is 8. Well, 3 plus 5 is 8. And Miss Lebetter used to say, community property is the same as it doesn't matter who brings you to school. Mom or dad, you still get to school. So it doesn't matter what order my factors are in. I'm still going to get the same answer. All right, so we're going to practice a few before you begin your own work. So the first one is a hundreds board. I want you to take a look at what's highlighted. I want you to think about what rules are happening here with our numbers. So I'm going to give you a minute to look over the board and to go ahead and think about what's happening to the numbers that are highlighted in blue. So there's two rules that I noticed out of the highlighted. The first rule is the odd even, because 3 is odd, 6 is even, 9 is odd, 12 is even. So this is actually going odd, even, odd, even. So what's highlighted in blue has an odd, even pattern. The second one is that we're increasing by 3. I keep getting higher, and I keep adding 3 to get to the next number. So those are the two patterns that I notice about this 100s table. So I want you to take a look at this multiplication table. We're going to take a look at what is highlighted in pink, both the column and the row. I'm going to give you a minute to think about what you notice, what some rules that apply to the highlighted pink. If you said that all of these numbers are even, you would be correct. And both the vertical column and the horizontal row, they're all even. All of these numbers are even, and all of these numbers are even as well. If you also said that each number keeps getting higher or increasing by 6, I would agree. 0 plus 6 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. Same over here. I could start from 36. 36 plus 6 is 42. 42 plus 6 is 48. So we keep increasing by 6. All right, so this says what pattern occurs in the multiplication table below in the shaded row. So let me get my writing tool so I can eliminate answers that I don't like and I can underline important information. It says the numbers change from odd to even. Well, let's see. 9 is odd, 18 is even. 27 is odd, 36 is even. So I'm liking A. B says the numbers in the row increase by 8. So let's see. 9 plus 8 does not give me 18. 9 plus 8 gives me 17. So B is not correct. C says the number in the rows increased by 7. Well, again, 9 plus 7 does not give me 18. So C can't be right. I'm not increasing by 7. D says the numbers in the row are odd. Well, let's see. Odd, even. D doesn't work because not all of my numbers are odd. So A is the correct answer. All right, so number 17, slide 17, let's take a look at what the question says. It says, what pattern occurs in the shaded row and column from the multiplication table below? Numbers in row and column are increasing by 3. So let's see, 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9. So I'm like an A again. So I just put a dot so I can remember that I like that answer. B, numbers in the row and column increase by 6. Well, if we just said they're increasing by 3, they can't be increasing by 6 as well. Let's just check. Let's start on the row. Let's just try 15. Let's do 12. 12 plus 6 is 18, and that's not the next number I get to. I get to 15. So B can't be right. C, all numbers are even. Let's see. 3 is not even. 3 is odd, so I don't even need to go further. C is not correct. D, all numbers are odd. Let's see. 3 is odd, so I agree. 6 is even, so that can't be true. So again, my answer in this one is A. All right, let's take a look at slide 18. Let's see. The last problem says, based on the multiplication chart, which statement is always true? A, multiplying an odd number by an even number gives an odd product. Well, I just remembered that product is the answer. So they're saying if I multiply my factors with an odd factor and even, I'll get an odd product. So let's see, an odd number. Let me keep that same color. An odd number, so 3 times an even number. So let's just start simple. 2 should give me an odd product, an odd answer. Well, 3 times 2 gave me 6, and that's not odd. So A can't be right. Let's try B. Multiplying an even number by an even number gives me an odd product. So even times even, they're saying gives me an odd. So let's try some even. Let's do 10 and even. Let's do 4. And that gives me an answer of 40. And 40 is actually an even number. So an even times an even gave me an even answer. So B can't be right because they said it should give me an odd. And I found out that it gives an even number. All right. Multiplying an even number by an even number gives an even product. Well, we just did that. We did that. We did 10 even times 4, which is even. And that gave us an even product. So I like that. And let's just try another one just to check. So I'm going to erase this to give me some room. So an even, let's just do 2 times 2. Those are both even. And they're saying I should get an even product. Let's see. It gives me 4. And that is even. So I like C. I'm thinking C is my answer. I'm going to put a dot there because I'm liking that as my answer. But I need to go and make sure. I'm going to go and try to eliminate D. It says multiplying an odd number by an even number gives me an odd or even number. So let's erase some of this. Because it sounds like I need to take a look at a few examples because it says it could give me an odd or an even. Well, let's see. We're multiplying an odd number. So let's do 1. Multiplied by an even number, so 4. Well, that gives me the number 4. So it gave me an even. Let's try another because they're saying it could be either odd or even. Let's do, what if we did, let me change the color. 1 times, that's odd, times an even number, 6. Well, that gives me an even number again. So far, I'm only getting even numbers. Let me just try one more problem and see. So again, we're doing an odd number times an even number. So let's do an odd 9 times an even number. Let's do 6. Well, 9 times 6 is 54, and 54 is an even number again. So D does not work. When I multiply an odd number by an even number, I get an even product. So D is not working because it's saying it could either give me an odd or an even. Well, that's going to be untrue because it does not give me an odd. So my answer is in fact C. When I multiply an even number by an even number, it does give me an even product. So C is my answer. Well, that was the last question for the video lesson for today. So now you need to go work on the slides. If you have any questions, please don't forget you can find me in the Zoom from 10 to 11 or from 2 to 3. Or just message me. Give me a private message on the Google Classroom, and I will get back with you as soon as possible. All right, you guys, thanks for joining me, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.